Hello, hello. It's Jennifer Sinceri with Stampin' Up, and I am just sharing this video so that people can find it. It is Friday, June 25th, and I am so glad you're here. Just give me a couple seconds and I will be ready. Just making sure this is in the right place. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Well, happy Friday, everyone. It looks like I've got a few of you already here. Thank you for joining me this lovely Friday evening. I hope you all are doing swell, that you are staying cool and comfortable. So if you are watching the live, would you please shout out and give me a comment and say hello and let me know where you're from. If you are a first-time viewer, I would love to hear where you are and who's watching my videos. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up or a heart, and if you would please share this video with your friends so that they can join in on the fun too. Tonight I am going to play with my paper pumpkin kit that just arrived yesterday. So I'm curious, for those of you that are watching the video, whether it's the live or maybe you're watching the replay later on, let me know, have you already started to play with your kit? Do you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin? So if you started playing with your kit, let me know. I would like to know who's played with it already, who's waiting to be inspired. You might have some great ideas to share with the rest of us also, if you've already started to play with your kit. I have some great cards I'm going to share with you. I have 5 cards that we're going to make, a couple different techniques, and then I have 1 card that I've already made that I'm going to share at the very end. All right, so you'll want to stay so that you can see all the different cards. Okay, looks like Linda's already played with her kit. Don't you love the box? This is that alcohol technique that is the rage right now. Hopefully you watched my video last week. I fumbled a little bit with it, but it came out all right, and it was quite beautiful. I think I took my card downstairs that I made, but I was playing with the first piece of vellum that I didn't really like, and I went ahead, once it dried, I went back and did a little bit more to it. So that's what it looks like. This is the latest trend right now, this alcohol technique, and this is what is done here on the box. They've taken a picture of it and put it on the box. I am definitely going to reuse my box. I'll probably put a gift inside it and give this to somebody, decorate up the box. And we also have paper in our annual catalog that coordinates with this kit and is also this alcohol technique. All right, so this is really popular right now. All right, let's get started. I can't wait to show you some of my ideas. Okay, so this kit, I've already torn my kit apart, but it makes 9 cards, I believe. There are 3 designs. This is jam-packed with supplies. So those are the designs that they have come up with. And these are all the new in colors, okay? Excuse me. So what I've done tonight is I'm making all alternative designs, all right? And just so you know, the directions are on the inside. They're a little bit more user-friendly, I believe. And then on the very back, you can scan this QR code, and that will bring you up the video that they have made to show you how to make the designs that are in the kit. Then they also give you a few alternative designs here. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the first card, excuse me, I'm going to play with is using the Bumblebee card base. Okay, and this is a standard size card. And then what I did was I cut another piece of Bumblebee and I just cut it 1/4 of an inch smaller. Okay, and we're going to stamp on this, and I have pulled one of the stamps from this kit. I actually really liked the stamps from this kit. I am going to open up my ink spot here. There we go. Normally I use my full-size ink pads, but because I have a class tomorrow night, I've already got some things set aside in my bins, and so I didn't want to pull it out and then forget. So we'll use this ink spot. Okay. So I'm just inking up my image here. It's a lovely flower cluster, and I'm doing it in the same color, Bumblebee. Okay, and we are going to stamp a couple of these flower images on the front of our card here. Okay. Just making sure I'm getting all of those pieces really well inked. Okay, and then there's a smaller flower, really sweet. We'll put a couple of those in here. Okay, now I want to see, I might need to do a couple more. We'll see. I'm just going to put my pieces here. I pulled one of the die cuts out from this set. I think I want to put another flower because I want it to show. So we're going to put a little more here, and we'll put a little more here. Okay. How's everyone doing tonight? I have been cleaning house all day. When you know you're having people come over, then you know you've got to get some housework done. So I was mopping and vacuuming, and I did a little grocery shopping because I had to have snacks for my ladies tomorrow. And what else did, oh, I had to clean the bathrooms and all sorts of good stuff. So I have been busy, busy, busy. I'm about ready to keel over, I feel like. Okay, let's see. This is a funny little cluster of leaves. So I'm just trying to get it so that I like it. But you know what? I might do a little card surgery, and I will, well, it doesn't look that bad actually. Okay. I am also going to stamp a sentiment on here. So let me open this ink spot. Where's the little, there it is. Okay. Hi, Gail. I know, nothing like motivation, right? Yeah, when you know people are coming over, it's like, oh, we got to get some housework done. And my husband and son went away for a men's weekend, just the two of them, and then another family friend. They're up in a cabin playing with their ham radios, and so it's just us girls. So I was a little bitter today. I'm like, why do I get stuck having to clean the house by myself? That's not fair. Everyone left me with the housework. That's not fun. All right. Oh, well. I did decorate for the 4th of July. I'm a little bit late. Normally my tradition is I decorate patriotic for Memorial Day weekend, and then I keep it up until after the 4th of July. But I just have been so busy. I didn't get my patriotic decorations up. Although downstairs, my family room is red and blue already, with a little bit of touch of yellow. So it doesn't take very much. I just had to put a few of my banners. I have little bunting banners that I hang for the 4th of July. Okay, now I have some gold trim, and so we're gonna add that here. So I'm gonna take 2 fingers and I'm gonna do 2 loops, and then I'm gonna add 3 fingers and do 2 loops. Okay? New little trick I learned. And then I move my fingers out, and then I've got these little loops there, okay? And so I'm going to put a glue dot. Boop. Pull that off. And I'm going to put it on this side where there's not as much greenery. Okay, just add that little glue dot there, and I'm going to turn this over. I need to glue this down so it doesn't slip slide around. Okay. Did anybody take advantage of the no shipping day yesterday? If you had been waiting to place a big order, you would have been able to make quite a savings. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of adhesive to this. There, I had it like this. Okay. And then we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Gail, you took advantage of the no shipping. That's awesome. That is awesome. I had already made my minimum for this quarter, and so I'm waiting to place my next order on July 1st. When demonstrators can order from the new mini holiday catalog. So I was going to save my money for that, but if I had not made my minimum yet, it would have been awesome. Ooh, I'm covering up some of my loops, so let me, oh well, I don't know that I can save it. Those smaller loops, I need to move over just a little tad, I want them to show. Okay, there we go. Boop. All right. I'm just going to keep those little, I could trim those, or I could keep them there. I haven't decided if I like them or not. Okay. So, and then in this kit, there is some evergreen baker's twine, which will come in handy. And then there's some really pretty iridescent sequins. So I'm going to add a couple of those on here. I love sticky back sequins. They are so easy to work with. Let's put one here. And they add a little bit of bling sparkle. Okay, there's my first card. What do you guys think? Cute? I think it's quite cute. Very cute. Okay, now I thought I would decorate my envelope. I really do like that cluster of flowers. So I thought I would stamp a few of those on my envelope flap. Gail, Gail, you bought a couple of the expiring items that are on sale. That's awesome. So you were able to get some good sale prices. Yep. Whenever I see ribbon or embellishments on sale, I always stock up on those because I go through so many. I use them for my business, but I use it for my own crafting too. So when I can get it on clearance and save a significant amount, I grab it. Plus, they make great gifts for my crafty friends. Let's see. I'm going to end up going off my envelope, but that's okay. That's okay. Now I'm going to mask this next part because I don't want, I'm just going to use my directions here. I don't want to get it where I'm going to address. Actually, let me make this a little thinner because I don't want it to buckle. Okay. So masking just means you cover up the part where you don't want the ink to be, and it covers up the part so that you don't get ink there. That's called masking. Okay. Not perfect, but it's cute, right? I think it's quite cute. Okay, there's my envelope. I would have liked one over there, but that's okay. And then you could even put one down here. If I'm going to go to the trouble to make a handmade card, I really don't like to have naked envelopes. And I always like to have something on the inside of my card. Always. It just finishes it off. Ooh, I didn't get my ink all the way over there. There we go. Okay, there's my cute little envelope that's going to go with my card. Okay, next card. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, this one is using lovely fresh freesia. I took some cardstock and I made my own card base. I wanted a solid color. Okay. Then what I'm going to use from the kit is one of these lovely printed vellum pieces. Can you guys see that lovely pattern on there? All right. What we're going to do is we're going to use this end of our glue bottle. I'm just going to shake it down. I normally use the other end, so I'm just squeezing and I'm getting my glue there, and then I'm going to brush it on. And this helps spread the glue, and the liquid glue is not going to show on my vellum. If I use double adhesive tape, retired snail, or our Stampin seal, it's going to show. Okay? So I'm using liquid glue and I'm just going to smear that on. All right. And I used my silicone mat so that I did not get my work surface all gluey. Oops, I've got a wrinkle in there. There we go. And it never fails. Whenever I use liquid glue, I get sticky. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Okay, I'm just getting a little bit of that gumminess off of there because we don't want that to show on our card. It makes the card look dirty. Okay. Then what I did was, in the kit, there are some die cuts on vellum looking like this, and they say thanks and danke and merci. So thank you in different languages. What I did was I punched out the one that said thanks. I'm going to use English. And then I just glued it on a piece of fresh freesia cardstock, and then I cut it out just around it. This is not a die. I just fussy cut it, okay? Then I also pulled some of my gold elements here. And I think I'm going to make this card go this way. And then I pulled one of each color of these different foliage die cuts. One of each color. All right. So we're just making a cluster. And then we're going to put thanks on there. And then I'm going to do another little stamp, okay? So let's put this down. Now notice I used my silicone mat and I used the liquid glue. I'm just rubbing it and it just comes right off. It's right there. So it doesn't hurt your mat. You can just rub it off. You could run it under water, whatever you want to do, and then it's not sticky anymore. That's one of the things I love about this silicone mat. I think it's $6, $5 or $6, and it's a great little tool. You don't want to get your work table gluey, or if you use the, gosh, I'm moving all over the place here. If you used our grid paper placemats, you don't want to get them gluey because then your paper will stick to it and then it'll tear your cards. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of, where'd it go? There it is. Put this here because I don't want to get my glue where I don't need it. Okay. And then we'll put a little bit on this guy. The middle doesn't have to be pretty because it's going to get covered up. All right, now I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals. I'm going to use quite a few on this guy because I want it to be, all the parts to be popping up and not, what's the word, caving in. This is a, well, I'm going to throw that one away. There was a little half of one that got stuck. Okay. Probably using too many, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Just a minute, guys. Would you tell Daddy that I'm doing a video, please? Apparently, I have a phone call. All right. There we go. And then this little guy, let me find our stamps. So we've got, I'm going to say thanks for everything. Thanks for everything. And we'll do that in black so we can see it. Okay. And let's pop that. I need some mini dimensionals. Let's see. There we go. You know, I heard from another demonstrator that actually you get more dimensionals if you buy the mini ones. For the same price, you get like 100 more. I have to go look at that and see. I tend to use the larger ones just because, I don't know, I guess it's more convenient. But this other demonstrator I was talking to said that she started using the small ones for everything because you get more of them. I thought that was kind of interesting. I'll have to research that. Ooh. All right, I'm just going to put a couple sequins on here. I love these iridescent sequins. Okay, there's our next card. Isn't that pretty? Okay, that's card number 2. Card number 3, I cut a piece of basic white cardstock, and I have a piece of this lovely printed vellum, okay, that we're going to put on top of it. But we're first going to add a little color with a blending brush and an ink pad, and this is Soft Succulent. Now when I use my blending brushes, I start on my paper and then I just bring the color on. And I'm just doing a very light, because I don't, obviously I don't want it all green. I just wanted a little color. I'm going to add a little more on there. And I always start on my paper first because I don't want to see this big dark dot. I want it to be lightly brushed on, if that makes sense. Okay, see how that dark dot there? We don't want that on this beautiful vellum. Okay. Hi, Julie. Happy Friday. Okay, so now we're going to glue this using liquid glue. So let me get my silicone mat. And we're going to use the wide tip. Squeeze that on there and then start smearing it around. Get your ends really well. I love these blending brushes. Love, love, love them. Okay. Move that. I don't want my leaves upside down, so pay attention to the direction of your vellum. Whew, super sticky. All right, I think I got a little bit of gumminess there. If If you don't have one of these little eraser guys, you can get them at Dollar Tree in the craft section. I think that got on the other side of my vellum, but we will cover it up. Okay. Cover that up with my leaves. We're going to add one of those. We're going to add one of these. Oops. Sticky fingers. Isn't that pretty? And we'll add a little bit of gold on there, and then I'll do my sentiment. Make sure I don't have glue on my fingers. Okay, where is my sentiment? Where did he go? It's probably right in front of me. Okay, I have my little sploosh stamp. Where did it go? There's the other ones. I'm missing the "You Are Amazing." Where did it go? Oh, I took it off the block. Silly me. That is the dangerous thing about clear stamps. Sometimes you take them off and then you can't see them. Okay, we're going to do this in our evergreen. Stacy, did you see the stamp? She said on the corner of my paper. Okay. We'll let that dry because I don't want to smear that ink. And let me grab my gold twine again. All right. 2 fingers. 1, 2. And then add 3 fingers, 1, 2. I thought the gold added a little more elegance than the evergreen twine, but the evergreen twine would be pretty too. You can add whatever you want to your cards. Okay, now let's decide where we want our loops. I think that's quite sticky. Quite sticky. There we go. All right. Yep, and let's put a little more adhesive on there. I just realized I could have popped this up with some dimensionals, but that's okay. We'll survive. Oh, did I glue these down yet? No, I did not. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm just going to put a little bit right there in the middle, if my adhesive will cooperate. There we go. Be careful you don't tear these guys. There we go. Okay, and then let's add some more of those gorgeous sequins. Linda, what were you yelling at me? You were yelling at the screen? Yelling at me? Afraid I was going to glue it down before I was supposed to glue it down. You never know what I might do. Okay, I think that's lovely. Isn't that pretty? I think that came out really pretty. Okay, that's card number 3. Let's do card number 4. Okay, this has got a lot of layers. This is a simple card. So I pulled some evergreen cardstock, cut a layer of basic white. Then I took this from our kit and I cut some evergreen 1/4 of an inch larger than it. Okay, so we're going to have these layers. Then we have these gorgeous vellum pieces that have flowers on them. All right, so we're going to put one of those on there. And then I cut a different die. I wanted something lacy to put our sentiment on. And then we'll add some more gold and some sequins. Very easy card. This one just is a lot of layers. And sometimes layers really, really make a card. And they're so easy. It's not difficult. But having those mats really, really set it off. And I love the crispness of the white with the green. Got little. All right. I'm hoping you guys are getting some ideas on what to do with your kit. Or maybe you're getting inspired that maybe you need to start subscribing to Paper Pumpkin because these kits are pretty fabulous. They're $22 plus tax. The $22 includes your shipping. Everyone is always afraid of a subscription. They don't want a subscription. They don't want to be stuck paying $22 every month. But what I have told people is you don't have to pay the $22 every month. What you can do is you can go into your account and you can skip. If you don't like the sneak peek, then you can hit suspend. And that means you just skip a month. And then once that pay period is over, you go back in and change your account. Now I have to decide, do I want it flat or do I want to pop this up with some dimensionals? I think I'll pop this one with dimensionals just to give it a little flair. Just a little flair. So yeah, you don't have to do the $22 every month. You can go into your account and say, I'm going to skip this one. And you skip it. And then once that cycle is over, you go back in, change your account, so that if you want to get the next one, you don't miss out. You have to subscribe by the 10th of every month to get that particular kit. So it's really not a big deal. Or let's say you try it out and you say, you know what, it's just not my thing. I'd rather just do my own designs, play with my stamps that I already have. I don't like kits, or whatever it is that you've decided. And that's okay too. But I feel like it's such a good value. And I change it up a little bit, but you don't have to. You can just do it the way it is. All right, again, I'm going to use liquid glue because I don't want my adhesive to show. I'm just smearing it around. Okay, I am not a liquid glue fan because I'm messy and I get it all over my fingers. So you guys are probably laughing at me, but I'm having sensory issues. I don't like it on my hands. All right, I got off a little bit. Let's see if I can move it. The nice thing about liquid glue is you have a little bit of wiggle room, meaning if you have to adjust it, you've got a couple seconds to do it. Whereas the Stampin' Plus or Stamping Seal, once you put it down, it is down. It is not coming off. Now, maybe we should use the evergreen baker's twine on here for a change. What do you guys think? Gold or gold or evergreen? Gold or evergreen? What do you think in the comments? Gold or evergreen? Let me know. Or maybe we do a little bit of both. Ooh, we could do both. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Green. Linda says green. 1 vote for green. Green. For Carol says green. Stacy says green. Okay, I guess it's green. Okay, you guys are sick of gold. Jeannie says green. Okay. Okay. Pamela says green. Really? Wow. Okay. 2 fingers and 2 loops. Gail says green. Okay, you guys are cracking me up. Now I think I lost track of how many loops I did. That's okay. I don't like that. I'm going to do it again. 2, and then 3. How come I have so much left? Ugh. Not my fave, you guys. It's like wimpy limp baker's twine. Okay. Wimpy limp baker's twine. Okay. Let's put a glue dot on there before I fuss around with it some more. I'm catching those ends with the glue dot so they don't show up. Ugh. All right, it's gonna look messy, but we'll fix it. I'm not loving it. Not loving it. Let's put it up a little more. Not loving it, you guys. There, I guess that'll work. A double bow. Yeah, I'm not really liking this, you guys. It's taking away from the beauty of my card. Should I do a double bow like Linda said? Okay. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Lay down and just be good. Okay. Let me get my ties here. You guys see okay? All right. Oh my golly gracious. I can hear Jeannie's laughing at me right now because she's probably saying, no bow, no bow. All right. What the heck? I have to trim that. Don't want those little tails to show. This is very thin baker's twine. Okay. Let's put our sentiment on there. You liked the loops? Well, it's too late now. I'm not going back to loops. No way. No way, no way. Not after all that work. The gold has a better texture to it. It holds the shape. It's just very, very thin baker's twine. So, my suggestion would probably be to mix it, add it with something else, silver or gold, to give it a little more substance so it's easier to work with. That would be my recommendation. All right. Let's take that off. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. Now, because this is very thin, I'm going to use one of the glue dots that comes with it, because my glue dots are bigger, because I don't want the glue dot to show. This is when a U-pick tool comes in very handy. Let's put on some sequins. I'm loving the sequins. I think they're my favorite part. Just saying. Okay, there's the next card. I actually love the colors. You might actually put a little bit of Wink of Stella on here too. That would be pretty. That would be quite lovely. Let's see. Give it a little more sparkle. Just putting little paintbrush strokes on there. You guys see that? Yeah, I like the colors too. Okay, one last card. And then I'll show you my card I already did. Okay. I'm not using this. Not my fave. Okay. I don't know why I have two of those. What I did was I took a strip from a card base. So what I did was I took one of these and I cut off 1.5 inches. Okay? And then I used what was left for my final card I'm going to show you. So we're going to adhere this to here, and then I have another strip that I'm going to just give a little TLC to here. Not sure what was going on there. Okay, so we're going to glue these on. You could just leave the white and have this be a little bit shorter, or you can add the fresh freesia. Totally up to you. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is the fresh freesia, a little bit of blackberry bliss, and then the polished pink. Okay, so let's grab this guy, and I'm going to put a thin strip on the very edge of this of adhesive. Okay. I'm going to take my little eraser guy and get off any remnants of gooiness. Get that off there. Sometimes it helps to just, because it collects on the corners, and so sometimes it helps to just clean the corner up a little bit so that you get a clean swipe here. Get off those little bits of adhesive. I can still feel it. Okay. Then, if you want to add that on there, you could. I don't know that I'm going to. Let's see, because I was going to cut the edge of this with a die, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I kind of like the white, the crispness of the white. Now, there is a stamp that came with this kit, and it's a smoosh stamp. I don't know how else to describe it. It looks like this. It's really cool. I love this stamp. I think it's my favorite. I like it better than the little flowers. So I'm going to take fresh freesia ink, and I'm going to stamp some of those smooshes. That's a fun word to say, smoosh, onto the white. Okay? Oh, I need to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. Let's do that, because this is a photopolymer stamp. And I'm going to go back over this. There we go. Getting glue all over here. All right, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of the polished pink ink. You call it a splotch. All right, and let me wipe off my stamp so we don't contaminate. And I'm going to stamp off because it's pretty bright. I just want a light pink. I know, this stamp is fun. Okay, I still want white to show, so I'm going to stop. I can get carried away sometimes. Okay, now we're going to add a purple thingy bobber, whatever you want to call it. we're going to take, I don't want the green on here, so you could turn it over and you use the back side, or you could use another die cut that you already have. Totally up to you. Okay, I might use, I think this one might be a little bit too big. Let's see. I think this one's too big. So I'm going to use this one and I'm going to turn it over. And let's use black. It is not as bright as the other pink color. Magenta Madness. Yeah. I like the polished pink. I think it's pretty. Okay. I think I got stickies on here. Even though I used my mat, I got stickies. Can you believe that? I need to put a little bit of adhesive on here because it's floating around and it's bugging me. So let's get it glued down. Okay. And then I'm going to add this, but I'm going to add some gold to it. And then we'll put some sequins on there. And we'll call it good. Ugh, I'm almost out. I'm going to have to buy more. Okay, I'm just adjusting them a little bit here. And then let's put some dimensionals on our tag. Okay. And my sequins. Ooh. Did I not take? Oh, yeah, there it goes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And we could even put a little bit of Wink Castella in here too, to give it some more pizzazz. Just a couple brush strokes. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see the Wink Castella in there. Isn't that pretty? I need to fix my little, I don't think it's down very well. Okay, now the last card I think is my favorite. I had more time, so that is my last card. Isn't that gorgeous? So I took another tag and I used a different sentiment. I'll tell you where this came from. I used my smoosh, and then so I used this stamp set, okay, to get this sentiment. And there's also some little dots in here, okay? And then when I thought, since there's these leaves and there's these berries or whatever branches you want to call these, I thought some of these coordinated. And so I'm thinking of putting some of these on my envelopes, okay? But I really like these little dots. And so I put some dots on my tag with my smoosh. Okay, so there's my smoosh and some dots over it. And then there I added my gold with my last little die that I had left, and then I put a bow on. And I even have the vellum on there. So I think that's my favorite card. Okay, and then I use the die. This die looks like this, and it comes in the hand-penned bundle. It's right there. So that's on page 105. So Shelley, this is the Expressions in Ink paper pumpkin. Okay, so let me put all my cards that I made, excuse my arm. Okay, I think there's some great stamps in this kit. I like the stamps, and I just pulled some cardstock and the gold twine. Everything else, I did use a different die there, but I didn't pull any other embellishments, really. I used the sequins, pulled in a little Wink of Stella, and just added the dies. I used all the dies and the vellum pieces that went with this. So I am going to work on decorating my envelopes. I'm going to take pictures of all the cards, and then I will add that to my business page. I hope you've had fun, and I hope you've been inspired, that you'll get some ideas on what to do with your kit for those of you that want to think outside of the box. Okay? I hope you'll give blending brushes a try. Look for a little polka dot splash type stamp. We've got several of them in different stamp sets. So look at your stamp sets and try and find one of those, because I've got actually several stamp sets that have one in them. I love this stamp. This is so much fun. You're going to be able to do a lot with that stamp. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you've had fun. And some of you I'm going to see tomorrow in our face-to-face class. If you want kits and you can't come to my class, it's 5 card kits for $15. You can personal message me. I just can't give you the stamped images, but I give you everything else. So let me know if you would like to participate. I might have a few extra sets left. We'll see. And so I'm going to sign off. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Okay, guys? Love you much. Bye-bye.